The seven deadly sins are making you fat, unhappy, and they're making you unhealthy. And in this video, I'm going to be going over each and every one and explaining how it's destroying your life in some way, shape, or form. So the first of the seven deadly sins that we are going to go over is pride. Pride is making you think that you are him, making you think that you're the man when you are not. You know, Lucifer was cast out into hell because he thought he was better than God. And pride is when you feel like you're God, but you're not. Because humans can always improve. And when it comes to your health and your fitness, you think you are healthier than you are, that you're more jacked and shredded than you are. And it can be shown in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. For example, guys who are on steroids, they're very prideful. They think they look amazing because they do look amazing. But on the inside, their organs get enlarged. They get blood problems, heart problems, and they end up dying much sooner. I'm pretty sure there's a study showing that guys who are on steroids die like on average when they're like 40 to 50 years old compared to living to like 70, 80, 90. And they do this because they want to look better for other people, because they are proud and they want to care about worldly things and how good they look, when that's not how it should be. And, you know, also, if you're a natural lifter, you may think that you're already good enough. Oh, I have money, I have friends, I have a family, and I'm too proud to hit the gym. I don't have time to hit the gym. I don't have time to take care of my body, when that's totally fucking false. Everyone should try to get as jacked and healthy as possible so they can live as long as possible and make the most of God's gift to you, your body. The average body fat percentage is 28%. That's fat and unhealthy. That's the average person in America. There's like, what, 400 million people in America? They're all basically respecting God, or disrespecting God, because they're too prideful to actually go in the gym. And they think it's fine because it's normalized, and they're too proud to do anything about it. And the second deadly sin that's ruining your life is greed. You guys always want more and more and more. You're never satisfied with what you have. And the thing is, greed mostly has to do with worldly possessions, you know, stacking up as much money as possible. But the thing is, when you are too consumed by greed and you care about worldly possessions too much, you lose your sight of improving your body and your mind. You chase after all the worldly possessions and it leaves you unfulfilled. But the thing is, the most fulfilling thing is optimizing your health and your body. When you just worry about yourself, you work as hard as possible, you pray every day, God will give you what you need, because you don't really know what you need. You know, you were born on this earth as a baby without anything in your fucking brain. Everything that you know and think has been absorbed from external factors like your parents, like the news, like society, all these voices in your head. You know, if you work as hard as possible on yourself and then pray to God, God, lead me and guide me on the path to whatever, you know, destination you want me to go, He'll put you in the place to where you're fulfilled, you're satisfied, and you feel like you have gotten everything you need. Instead of wanting a new sports car, instead of wanting a million girls, instead of wanting the new Rolex. You know, everyone dies at age 80 to 90 to 100. Do those things really matter, or does being a good example for your kids matter more? Does being high test matter more? They fucking do. And the next one on the list is lust, the third of the seven deadly sins. And lust is literally like rampant in today's society, and people overlook it. People don't even realize or know it's there. Porn stars and OnlyFans models are celebrities with millions of followers, and it's normalized to do that. It's legal. And in the Bible, the scum of the earth, the people who were stoned, the people who were the worst people in society, were prostitutes. That's basically what OnlyFans models like Sophie Rain, like Sky Bree, all these porn stars who are famous, who have millions of followers, who are millionaires, who are put on a pedestal and set as a role model for women in 2025, those were the people who were the scum of the earth when Jesus was alive. And it's such a distraction. And I've seen it destroy so many men's lives. If you are a man right now and you're obsessed with lust, it's probably because you aren't the man who can attract high-value women. So because you can't, you're frustrated and you turn to porn, where you can look at the most sexy, attractive girl on earth, and you can basically pretend like you're having sex with them, even though you are not. And that's your outlet because you're insecure with yourself and you can't get a woman in real life. And if you're always worrying about girls because of this, that should be your sign to get jacked and shredded and successful overall so that you can attract a woman. And then it's a win-win because you'll be successful and help others and be a role model. And then you won't even have to spend your time lusting and worrying about other girls. And there's so many aspects of lust that are terrible. Like, cheating. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. That's the 8th or 9th commandment. Cheating is terrible. 50% of marriages end in divorce. And if you're trying to raise great children, you should not be getting divorced. You need to marry a good woman who's a good role model, who's not, gonna cheat on you. And the best way to make her love you is when she respects you. And that respect will be gained through you being jacked, high tested, successful. And if you're jacked, high test, that will set you apart from 99% of men. There's more men with 6-packs than men who are millionaires in America. So if you're jacked, high test, you won't have to worry about her cheating on you unless she's totally brain dead. But I guarantee if every man was jacked, high test, she will not cheat on you. So lusting, looking at girls, it's pointless. What does it do? You're fulfilling a gap in your heart. That signal telling you to get jacked and get high test and get in shape. You're ignoring that and you're just going to beat off and looking at girls and sexualizing them. But if you think about it, you have a purpose in life, you have goals, you have a mission. How is chasing after tons of women helping you at all? Even guys like Andrew Tate, he's a successful millionaire. I agree with a lot of things that Andrew Tate talks about, but he talks about how he gets with tons of girls. And I think that's dumb. I think that's stupid. I think it's a waste of time. I think helping as many people as possible is way better in God's eyes than hooking up with a bunch of girls. Unless you are doing it to reproduce, it's pointless. What does sex do? Oh, it feels so good. Oh my God, oh. And then it's over. And you wasted 20 minutes to an hour of your time. Unless you're doing it with someone you love who you're going to marry, there's no point to be doing that whatsoever. And it's a waste of time. And so many guys, even if, you can get girls who are attractive, and you're attractive, it's still a waste of time. You could be spending that time doing way better things. So if you're lusting, it could be because you're a soy boy or you're fat and you're compensating for that. So that means get in shape. If you're already jacked and you can't get girls, you're maybe insecure with yourself and you have to prove to society that you can get girls and you're just trying to please other people. Or if you're just a slave to your hormones and your tests and you're just doing that, it's just pure pleasure and you're wasting your time. So that's lust, the third of the 7 deadly sins. And the fourth one that is destroying your life is envy. And this is why you can't look at other people at all or worry about other people. Worry about yourself. And with social media in 2025, it's so hard to not be envious. You look at celebrities who live this dream, amazing lifestyle where they're traveling on vacations and they're financially free and they're going to the beach and the mountains and they're with hot girls and they're rich in a Lambo. These are the top 0.00001% of society. That's just not objectively attainable for every single person. And the thing is, great, they can do that, but in 90 years, we're both gonna be dead. So one, who fucking cares because we're both gonna be dead? And two, using your brain power worrying about other people is so stupid. The only reason you should care about other people's shit is to use it as a lesson. I'm giving you a lesson right now on how to improve your life and your health through avoiding the 7 deadly sins. But if I was just like Mr. Beast, challenge who can stay in a circle for the longest time for 10 days in a row. That's a waste of fucking time. You're not learning shit about shit. So if you're worrying about other people, envy is worrying about other people and being jealous. Just use their life as a lesson to improve your own life so you can help other people. And it's just a cycle of helping others and helping others. And that's what Jesus did. He was on earth to help others, to inform them about God, about heaven, about hell, about sins, about what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And that's what you should do as well. We should all strive to be like Jesus. And I try my best. I genuinely try my best. Obviously, I'm human. I slip up. I smoke cigars, which aren't the best, aren't the worst. Sometimes I care about money too much. Sometimes I lust. Sometimes I fuck up. But, we could all try our genuine best. And you shouldn't care about other people. The best way to avoid envy is to work on yourself. Make yourself the man that other people envy, because they say hate comes from below and jealousy is a declaration of inferiority. So basically, if you're jealous of someone, you're saying to everybody that you are inferior. And jealousy can come in gossip and putting people down. And it's like you're just wasting your time. If you think about your time as the most valuable asset that you on earth, because it is to you, time is the only thing that you have at the end of the day. It's the most valuable thing. You wouldn't waste it on caring about other people's bullshit. But the thing is, when you value it, you will spend it on things that will make you better, to extend your lifespan, to help others, to leave a legacy, to help your kids. And that's what will leave you feeling the most amount of fulfillment, or will leave you feeling the most fulfilled possible. And the fifth one on this list, which is the one that's fucking up the most amount of people when it comes to their health and fitness, is gluttony. And in 2025, gluttony is promoted everywhere. All you can eat buffets. There's a million different options in the grocery store. You have to view food as fuel and not a pleasure source. And every food on earth tastes amazing. Every bagged snack tastes amazing in the store. Chips taste like heaven. Capri Sun pouches taste like heaven. Fruit snacks taste like heaven. Beer makes you feel like heaven. All these things that are pointless. They're pointless. Eating food. Are you gonna remember that on your deathbed? Oh, I remember that time when I ate a whole carton of ice cream and it felt so good and now it's gone. You're not gonna fucking remember that. So when you value your time more, you won't care about gluttony. When you view food as a fuel source, an energy source versus a pleasure source, it becomes so easy to avoid, being a glutton. And when you're so busy on self-improvement, you won't even have time to worry about bullshit food. I eat for performance. And at this point, when, you cut out all the processed food, ground beef, steak, eggs, it tastes fucking amazing. But the thing is, they design processed food to taste amazing and be addictive. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine in rat studies, that it screws people up. And that's why it's beautiful to be insanely strict on a whole foods diet, because I'm so strict, I prioritize it so much, I feel amazing, I look amazing, and then I don't even miss the processed food. But the thing is, when you start cheating once a week, you get that hit of the most addictive substance on the planet, processed sugar, processed food, you just want to go back to it. And then it makes the whole food seem like it's terrible. And that's why you have to be as strict as possible. But I just see so many people who are moral, who are nice people, who are loving people, who are generous people, who are just fat and unhealthy. And even if you may not think, oh, I'm not eating tons and tons of food, but if you are not shredded and jacked and healthy and high test, I consider you a glutton. You may not think that you're eating tons of food, but if you are not in a 10 out of 10 shape, I consider you a glutton. And I'm not Jesus, I'm not God, but I just say this because my life became so much better once I stopped caring about food. Oh, I'm looking forward to going to fast food after work. I'm looking forward to eating this ice cream after I get off my shift at work. It's like pointless peasant bullshit. That's what that is. So don't worry about food. Eat for performance so you can help others, so you can be a role model, so you can be a good father, a good boyfriend, a good husband, and your life will be so much better. And the sixth out of the 7 deadly sins is wrath. So if you think about emotions are pointless. They don't change anything. You could think about all this crazy shit in your head. Is my girlfriend cheating on me? Oh, my boy's jealous of me. Oh, this and that. You can fantasize and think about all these things, but at the end of the day, thinking doesn't change reality. Action changes reality. So if you're mad about something, you're just using up the dopamine in your brain. If you understand how dopamine works, I've talked about this many times, but basically any emotion will use your dopamine up, and then once you feel a high from it, so you feel good actually when you get angry or sad or jealous or anxious. It feels good, and then you crash down, and then you just want to do it again. And it keeps you feeling up and down, and you just have no energy, you have brain fog, and it's terrible. So when you don't think emotionally at all, you think logically and you act logically, you won't have to worry about it getting angry. If my mom died today, I could pout and cry and slit my wrists and lay in bed and watch sad shows for a month, which would be a waste of a month of my life. Or I could be sad about it for a few hours, pray about her, pray for her soul, and then get right back to work because that's what God wants me to do. People have been in world wars, World War II, World War I, fighting on the front lines, their closest brother dies right next to them, hold them in their arms, he got shot. It's terrible. It's happened to tons of people, but you can't feel sorry for yourself. That's the biggest thing I see. People feel sorry for themselves and they cope and they make it seem like it's okay. Oh, I'm sad, I'm just gonna eat my pain away. I'm gonna drink my pain away, I can't deal with it. Yes, you fucking can. Yes, you fucking can. As Andrew Tate says, what is the best move on the chessboard? With every action you make on the chessboard, metaphorically. So your mom dies, you're trying to win the game of chess, win the game of life, be the best version of yourself. Okay, I could either cry and pound beds to my wrists, or I could continue to go to the gym, continue to go to work, continue to be positive and work as hard as I can. Which one's gonna take me to making it to heaven and being the best version of myself? This one, obviously. So don't get fucking mad, don't get sad, don't get jealous, don't get angry. Work on yourself, pray as hard as possible, and things will work out for you. And the 7th deadly sin, which is sloth, being lazy, this is one that also will make you unhealthy and kind of ties to the other sins. Basically, you're lazy. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to cook clean food. You just want to DoorDash and waste your time and beat off. And this makes you fat. It makes you weak. It makes you soft, which makes you susceptible to the other 7 deadly sins, because this is a mental sin that reflects in your body. Fat people are most likely lazy because, they may blame other people, which is a beta low test mindset, but they know they're fat. They look in the mirror, but they're too lazy to come up with a solution to the problem. There's always a solution to every problem. And if you're fat or you're not in the place you want to be in, you can either take action and work towards it, which is lazy, or no, you could take action and work towards it, which is not lazy, or you could just not try to solve it, and that's lazy. Everyone who's fat and stays fat forever, they're fucking lazy, and they're too lazy to come up with a solution to the problem. But there's always a solution. Go look for the solution to your problems. Take action. Work hard. Sitting around moping and crying and being a fucking pussy is never gonna solve anything in your life. It's never gonna make your life better. Any of these sins, these 7 deadly sins, they're not gonna make your life better at all. You have to avoid them. You have to be aware of them and realize that they're everywhere. If you look at everything, okay, me getting up to go inside, running through the 7 deadly sins in the back of my mind, am I committing this with what I'm gonna do next? Nope. Okay, I'm good. But if I am, if I'm going to lay down and take a nap in the middle of the fucking day, sloth, that's laziness, greed, I want more sleep for myself. I'm, always wanting more. I want to watch Netflix. It does nothing for me. These things are not good. And guys, it's raining. I think that's the sign that God's telling me to go in. I'm getting bug bites on my back right now, but if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and a comment of what you want to see next. I know this doesn't have to do specifically with nutrition overall, more mindset, but these things will help you act better, be better, and if you just have them in the back of your mind, it's really hard to fail. But if you feel like you need help organizing your life, starting with the gym, starting with dieting, so that you can be the best version of yourself mentally and physically, feel free to book a call with me for my one-on-one coaching in the link in the description of this video, and I guarantee I can help get you ready.